Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Arisha Sefhan and today we are gonna learn about the cytoplasm, which is a cellular organelle present in the animal cell and the plant cell. The cytoplasm is a jelly-like fluid substance that fills the space between the cell membrane and the nuclear membrane in all types of cells. It can act as the site for many vital biochemical reactions. Its presence is that it is found in all types of cells, both prokaryotic and eukaryotic. And its location is between the plasma membrane or the cell membrane and the nuclear membrane, which is known as the cell wall. What is the composition of cytoplasm? Cytoplasm includes 90% water. It also includes salts, proteins, and lipids, and even carbohydrates or glucose. When you combine all of these substances, it forms organic substances. Now, in cytoplasm, we have two main parts. The first is the cytosol. It is the fluid portion. Of the cytoplasm. It includes fluid, and the cytogel. Gel means a thick, more solid-like part of the cytoplasm. What is the function and role? Basically, it is a site for biochemical reaction. Biochemical reaction means the breakdown of glucose, and it can act as a medium for the movement of materials around the cell. It also helps in storing substances for later use. It even helps in maintaining the shape and structure of the cell. It provides a medium where the organelles can float and function. Now, what are examples of biochemical reactions in cytoplasm? Glycolysis is an example. This means the breakdown of carbohydrates. It is broken down in the cytoplasm to release energy. Protein synthesis is another example. Protein synthesis means the breakdown of protein or enzymes. Now, cytoplasm plays an important role. Without cytoplasm, organelles would not stay in place or even function properly. It supports our life processes and enables the cell to live, grow, and reproduce. Here is an image to do so. As you can see, the cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance. In the middle, we have the nucleus, and then we have a thin, like covering elastic layer, which is known as the cytoplasm. And around the edges of the nuclear membrane, we have tiny dots. These tiny dots are known as the cytogel, and the liquid inside of the cytoplasm is known as the cytosol. It is present in all types of cells, and its location is between the plasma membrane and the nuclear membrane. Its role is biochemical reactions, which is glycolysis, the breakdown of glucose. Now let's summarize what we learned in this chapter. We learned that cytoplasm is a critical component of the cell where various chemical processes take place. It supports and suspends cell organelles and maintains the internal environment of the cell for the proper metabolic activities. The endoplasmic reticulum is like a network of interconnected channels or tubules found throughout the cytoplasm of a cell. It is a membrane-bound organelle. This basically means that it is covered by a thick outer layer. That is why the endoplasmic reticulum is a membrane-bounded organelle. The presence of endoplasmic reticulum, it is found in the eukaryotic cells only, and it is spread throughout the Its location is that it is spread throughout the cytoplasm, and it is usually connected to the nuclear membrane. What is the nature of endoplasmic reticulum? It is membrane bounded. This means that it has a covering made up of lipids and proteins. Now we have two types of endoplasmic reticulum. The first is known as RER, which is the rough endoplasmic reticulum, and the second is the SER, which is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The rough endoplasmic reticulum has ribosomes attached to the surface, which gives it a rough appearance. It is involved in the breakdown of proteins. Proteins made here are usually exported out of the cell or inserted into the cell membrane. Then we have the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Its appearance shows that it does not have ribosomes on its surface, hence it is smooth, and it cannot even create its own proteins. That is why it is involved in the metabolism of lipids, which means that instead of breaking down the fatty substances, it creates them. And it also helps in the transport of materials within the cell. It helps detoxify harmful substances, especially in the liver cells. Now, these are the functions of the endoplasmic reticulum: protein synthesis, lipid synthesis or metabolism, transport of materials, and detoxification. Now, let's learn about the Golgi apparatus. The Golgi apparatus is an organelle that consists of flattened sacs. The flattened sacs are known as cisternae. It is also known as the Golgi complex because it is a whole complex of functions. It is made up of flat membrane bounded sacs and it is found near the endoplasmic reticulum. Small vesicles are often seen coming off the sides. What is the function of the Golgi complex? The Golgi complex helps in packaging and modification of the proteins and lipids which were given by the endoplasmic reticulum. It even forms glycoproteins and lipoproteins. It sends vesicles containing the modified products to different locations inside or outside the cell. Now here is a diagram. As you can see, this is the endoplasmic reticulum. It is a network of interconnected channels through our cell. We have two types of endoplasmic reticulum, the rough endoplasmic and the smooth endoplasmic. The rough allows the ribosomes and proteins to create their own DNA, and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum has a lack of ribosomes. It helps in the metabolism of lipids and the transport of materials from one place to another, and it can also help in detoxifying substances. This is the Golgi apparatus. These flattened sacs are known as cisternae. As you can see, this is a protein and a membrane is surrounding the protein. This membrane is known as the vesicles. And Golgi apparatus function is that it helps in packing and modification of proteins. Golgi apparatus can combine lipids with proteins which create lipoproteins, and even carbohydrates with proteins which cause glycoproteins to be created. What is the conclusion of this lecture? We learned that both the endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi complex are vital for the synthesis, modification, and transport of proteins and lipids. They work together to ensure that the cell functions smoothly by processing and delivering essential molecules to their proper destinations. So let's talk about the lysosomes. The word lysosome means some body, and lysis means the splitting. So basically it is the splitting of some bodies. Lysosome is a single membrane bounded organelle, which means that it only has one membrane. The lysosome's function is digestion, which is carried out by the proteins and enzymes it contains. The process of digestion involves the primary lysosomes which fuse with the food vacuole. This forms a secondary lysosome. The overall process is known as intracellular digestion. Intra means inside of the cell. The mitochondria has a double membrane. It is known as the powerhouse of the cell because it produces energy. And the structure of the mitochondria includes the outer membrane, which is smooth, and the inner membrane, which is folded into structures known as cristae. The space inside the membrane is known as the matrix. The process that takes place in the mitochondria is aerobic respiration, which requires oxygen. Mitochondria has its own self-DNA. This means it can produce RNA and then proteins because of ribosomes. This allows them to perform self-replication. As you can see in this image, we have lysosomes. Lysosome is a single membrane bounded organelle. It contains proteins or enzymes. It helps in the digestion of enzymes. We have two types of lysosomes, the primary lysosomes and the secondary lysosome. The primary lysosome helps in digesting the food vacuole, and the secondary lysosome helps in the intracellular digestion. Mitochondria is a double membrane bounded organelle. It is known as the powerhouse of the cell. It has two types of membranes, the outer membrane and the inner membrane, which is smooth. These basically flat sac-like structures are known as cristae, and the space inside of them is known as the matrix. Mitochondria can create their own DNA, which means that they can create their own RNA, and ribosomes, which causes them to self-replicate the amount of proteins. Plastids. Plastids are double membrane bounded organelles which are found in plant cells. They originate from a precursor which is known as proplastids. There are three main types of plastids. There are basically four, but in our book only three are mentioned: chloroplast, chromoplast, and leucoplast. As you can see in this image, we have seen that plastids are double membrane bounded organelles. The chloroplast is a double membrane bounded organelle which has a smooth outer layer and its inner layer is a bit rough. The chloroplast has a double membrane, a smooth outer membrane and an inner membrane. The inner membrane contains thylakoids. These are basically the green photosynthetic membranes, and grana are the stacks of thylakoids. If you say granum, granum is basically the singular word of thylakoid stacks. Intergrana. The intergrana is the connections between grana. Stroma is the fluid-filled space where the green photosynthetic pigment chlorophyll is located. The functions of the chloroplast are divided into two main reactions: the light reaction, which occurs in the thylakoid membrane, and the dark reaction, which occurs in the stroma. The light reaction is also known as light independent reaction, and dark reaction is known as light dependent reaction. Chromoplasts are the plastids that contain pigments other than chlorophyll, like carotenoids. These pigments give plants their yellow, orange, and red colors. Chroma means colors. They are responsible for the color of fruits, flowers, and autumn leaves. Leucoplasts are colorless plastids. They lack pigments and are primarily used for storage. Their main functions are storing starch, lipids, or proteins. And they are commonly found in non photosynthetic parts of the plant like the roots and the tubers.